CSU, you have right to redesign your certificate to your taste. APC convener speaks on Tinubu's academic record. Wow. You have right to redesign your certificate. How are the people talking like this? Even the CSU self should be closed down if that's the case. You don't have a right to redesign your certificate. You don't have that right anywhere in the world. Is it your, even though your name is in that certificate, it is a proprietary document of the institution, not your own. It's just your own because your name is there, but it's a document that is owned by the institution that issued it to you as a proof that you have satisfied the requirement for the studies for the given period that you have passed with so grade. So the document is academic proprietary document for the institution that just giving it to you to hold as a proof that you have graduated and your status of graduation. Now, wow. If you have a right to redesign a certificate, then why going to school? You can just go and create one in that case. It's a terrible situation. A chieftain of the All Progressive Congress and convener of Ashiwaju Mandate Guard, Dominic Alancha, has said that anyone has the right to redesign their certificate to their own taste. Well, he's entitled to his opinion. Okay, he reports that Alancha made this declaration in the wake of controversy surrounding the certificate forgery of President Bola Tinubu. So according to Alancha, during an interview with the AIT, anyone can redesign their certificate to their own taste because it is a ceremonial document. Alancha on Thursday argued that what is important is the student's transcript and not the certificate issued. He said one thing Nigerians need to know is that in that certificate, okay, because it is ceremonial, you have the right to redesign it to your own taste. What is important is the transcript. It is out there in the United States. If you have lost a certificate, we can get it for you. Can you imagine? So if you are redesigning your certificate, you change the signature, you change the logo, you change the dates, you change the sex, you change all the information on it, or what are you saying? Yeah, so you can create your own logo. So why go to school then? You just stay at home and create everything for yourself, if that is the case. Meanwhile, Lagos-based lawyer Monday Ubani said it will be difficult for the Supreme Court to admit fresh evidence in the appeal of the judgment of the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal. They will not want to because it is so obvious and very indicting. That is it. He was reacting to the case initiated in the United States by the 2023 presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, in which he requested the release of President Bola Tinubu certificate from the Chicago State University, CSU. In the petition filed at the Apex Court, Atiku claimed that the diploma certificate submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission by the president may not be authentic. Speaking on China's television Sunrise Daily on Thursday, Ubani said it would be very rare for the Supreme Court to admit fresh evidence, especially if the evidence was available while initiating the process. Ubani added that the Apex Court will never admit fresh evidence because their job is to review the decision of the court below and not to now evaluate any evidence. Can you imagine? So now Tinubu has a right to redesign the certificate, and all the evidences that Tinubu has brought from Chicago State University in the US will not be admitted by the Supreme Court because they are not to admit any fresh document or evidence. Their own is to validate the judgment that was done by the lower court. Okay, that is how your people want to treat Nigeria. And people have reacted to this, as somebody said, why? But that's forgery. We Nigerians forbids you. And international community are not saying anything. Even international community are scammers. Exactly. Those people are looking for, people are not looking for betterment of your country. They don't want your country to be good, because if your country is good, that will be their own doom, beginning of their doom. they feed fat from irregularities happening in African countries because that is where they get what they want. Once African countries are unstable, the brain drain, the resources, everything goes to them. That is the Western world wishes to keep Africa impoverished and unstable so that they can capitalize on the instability to rip off the nations in Africa. That is it. So they can never, they will always keep quiet over matters like this. Okay. So obviously this Tinubu will soon enter Guinness Book of Record as oldest and foolishest man or world most forger ever. I beg, someone should help me. I need to file it. Hey, what a country. What a country. Some say, Dominic Alancha, there's nothing Nigerians will not hear from you. APC and these political mercantilists, okay, who parade themselves as Democrat. So you are an advocate of an individual, okay, doing some carpentry and artwork on an institution certificate. You members of APC have debased your humanhood to the remotest idiotic level. Okay, you are having brainwave and emptiness because of what you get from licking a leprous sore. Real leprous sore. All right, so somebody is saying here, if you have the right to recreate your any document and certificate, then you have the right to own them without being given by any institution or organization for any reason and will not be condemned by the court of any form. Woe unto those who call evil good and good evil. Does it mean that people don't have conscience any longer to tell the truth? Why should evil and crime be supported overwhelmingly like this? In fact, I can see that these people don't have good intentions for Nigerians and Nigerians in any way. They really know what they are looking for. That is why they are playing all these games so as to manifest their evil intentions. Exactly. God is still alive and will pay back to every party. That is it. That is it. Let's wait for the Supreme Court to rule on the matter. There's nothing good that will come out of Supreme Court. Supreme Court is obviously not going to rule against Tinubu. Let's be sure of that. Supreme Court must, sustain the judgment from the appeal court or from the presidential election petition court below. So I say just because of small money, many will fall down in this wind of revolution coming. Many will fall down. Many will fall down. Now, if the former Minister of Finance, Mrs. Adoshun, resigned because of the discrepancies associated with her NYSC certificate, what then distinguished Tinubu with these witty allegations? Okay, not to have carried out the same resignation. This is a political sentimentality and nepotism of the highest order. Of course, they have all these things, they just don't want to agree with it. So thank you for listening, and let's have your